Right.
The NBA regular season wrap up and review, aka LeBron's first season with the Los Angeles Lakers. Thoughts?
All right. As a long-term LeBron fan, this has been the hardest season for me. Normally, I can take the hate, but this year it was excessive because the Laker fans, they didn't really like him before he came because they love Kobe. So they expected him to turn their
garbage
last,
franchise.
5 years of not making the playoffs around, which he was doing until he got injured.
Yes, the Lakers were the 4th seed in the Western Conference at Christmas break when they were putting a shalloping on the defending champion Warriors, and then he got his little groin injury, was out for a month, probably came back too quickly, and then everything went to hell, basically.
No, let me tell you, the problem with the whole situation is that garbage roster without him lost to the Knicks and the Sacramento Kings, who haven't been relevant since the early 2000s. They couldn't beat nobody without LeBron.
And then when he came back, they were like, oh, well, he's coming off injury. They should have a winning record immediately. Like, no, it doesn't work like that.
They were pulling their load.
Every other
doing
team
their
has the
job.
luxury of having other players that can help them, but the Lakers were a young team. They were like, oh, you should keep the Lakers' young core together of Ball, Ingram, and Kuzma. Okay, you'll be a lottery team the next 17 years of their careers.
And I just really couldn't stand the rhetoric that LeBron's toxic and.
It's the media. It's the media that's toxic surrounding him.
That was Kevin Durant hating behind.
Yeah, Kevin Durant is such a hater. Like, get off his jockstrap.
You're lame, Kevin. You're lame, and
he was not responsible. He was not responsible for that AD situation.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, he was not responsible for that. Like the fake GM talk needs to stop. He's not in charge of that.
And honestly, even if he was, first of all, even if he was, that's the right move. Bye, exactly. And I want Anthony Davis.
Kuzma can stay. Ingram, bye. Ball, bye.
Like, how ironic. Like, your last name is Ball, but you cannot.
Lonzo Ball, I'm not going to lie, he's a really good passer. I like his passing game, but everything else is very below subpar. It's just so bad.
He got replaceable passing skills, though.
Yeah, I agree. He didn't really have much to work with other than McGee and maybe Rondo sometimes. The roster was quite abysmal, to be honest with you. It was purely abysmal. And even Kuzma, I like him the most out of the young core that the Lakers had that everyone was swearing they should keep together. No. Kuzma was the best of the young core, but even he had like too many games where he was shooting 4 for 17, and he doesn't really give you much assisting or rebounding. So it's just like when he's not having a good game, he's not bringing much to the table whatsoever. So the Lakers' just complete roster was just a disaster, and that it was pretty much going to the Cavaliers in Los Angeles, basically. That's pretty much what happened.
But at the beginning of the season, he did say he didn't expect them to do, he didn't expect them to make the playoffs. I don't know if he said that exactly, but he knew that they weren't going to be there at the end of the season, like some top seed. And then all of a sudden, when they were the 4th seed before on the Christmas time, then he started saying, anything's possible. But when he first started the season, you could tell he was just like, we have a lot of work to do. We're not to be compared to the Warriors because we haven't played together. Exactly. So, it's not like it didn't pan out similar to what could have been projected for that type of team.
I think that the whole bandwagon, he
messes teams up.
And he's, washed up and all that other crap. No.
If you see the dynamic for all the other teams in the NBA that have ball-dominant players.
3 MVPs.
All right, we're not talking about the Warriors. They're not a real team.
True.
So let's talk about, Harden-type players, Westbrook-type players that are ball-dominant. They don't get the same type of scrutiny LeBron does. And everybody's like, oh, LeBron this, LeBron that. He's probably the most scrutinized player in sports history. For what reason, we don't know. Because he's that elite. That's why everybody talks about him being on the same caliber of Jordan, because he's that elite. Jordan was elite. LeBron is that elite for him to be considered one of the greatest of all time. So, it's just really annoying as LeBron fans.
You can't even finish his
it's really annoying as LeBron fans, seeing such scrutiny, how people just completely write him off, the first time he's ever injured in his career, he's like, oh, he's washed up, he's a stat pattern. And it's like, y'all are just hating because if y'all actually watch the game, he actually allows his teammates to actually perform and actually grow. If you watch Kobe at the end of his career, he completely bashed his teammates, trashed them to the public, like completely ridiculed them during the game, was embarrassed for himself to be around them. Like, he just completely trashed his play. LeBron actually passes it to the younger guys and gives them a chance to improve. But no, he's a ball hog. He's a stat pattern and all this stuff.
His stats have been consistent since he's been in high school.
Exactly.
But the jumpers. If you want to talk about stat padding, that's Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
I'm not even commenting more on that. And then if you want to talk about belly flopping and not doing nothing for your team, that's James Harden. If he doesn't do anything,
if you want to talk about riding each other's coattails, that's the Warriors.
That's Curry and Durant.
You want to talk about not being clutch? That's Steph Curry. He cannot get a
like. Why don't these players get called out, and then LeBron is just supposed to be the savior for every franchise that he goes to? It doesn't make sense, but
I think it's just
and everybody needs help because it's a team sport.
Exactly.
Anyway, so he'll be back with a vengeance. Because he doesn't want to hear this.
As a LeBrologist, I'm not a bronzexual. I'm a LeBrologist. So as a LeBrologist, I'm still Team LeBron. We still believe in you. Keep fighting, LeBron. Even though you didn't make the playoffs, enjoy your summer on your yacht, according to ESPN.
And filming Space Jam 2, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
And mark it, book it, whatever you want to say. 2019 Lakers they're gonna be stopped because everybody's going and all that toxic 1920 Lakers are gonna be stopped because all those fake toxic quotes that people were trying to plant in people's minds, that's not true. Mad players are gonna try to go to the Lakers and the team is gonna be stopped next year. And all of the Warriors and all whatever happens to those flop teams in the playoffs, they're gonna be falling off and they're gonna get their karma for talking mess like they normally do behind cameras and Instagram and stuff. They don't even say nothing to nobody's face. That's why y'all be calling and apologizing to him anyway. After y'all make it. And Durant had to call and apologize. Y'all weak beta males. Anyway, we're the Black Swans. Bye.
Team LeBron.